You know, that's my favorite one.
See, I'm trying to butter up.
I
That's
know,
what I
love
do.
it. That was my little man.
Yes, listeners, thanks for tuning in. And you just heard one of our boys. That is Jen's boy, Jensen. He is so precious. And if you tuned in earlier this year, you know we had our back to school special edition where we brought our boys in to kind of interview them, get and find out what they're going to do, and then they took over the studio. So that was one of the one of the little packages that we created at the end of that session. They're so fun. They'll be back again next back to school session. Well, only once a year. We cannot.
No.
We can
but
only
they both keep asking, when can we come up on the show?
I know. Well, and of course we had Jen. We were blessed enough to have her family in for the Thanksgiving extravaganza last week. And that was so bloomin' funny. Oh my goodness. Your family is hilarious. And yeah, now it's on YouTube forever. Is so funny.
Yeah. Where we the three of us ganged up on you.
Oh yeah. But that was the sweetest gang up ever, because I don't recall it being as harsh as you brought it up.
Which was so funny because it was supposed to be us against them, and then it became us against you.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty good. I went to SFA, and I've been surrounded by maroon my whole life. I've been surrounded by the oranges. So more or less, I'm used to being on the attack all the time.
Gotcha.
The reds.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Democrat. So I've always had to fight y'all off, you peeps, which is pretty much every other Texan in the world. I'm like the solo one. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
My college team is not from Texas.
What?
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Who?
Boomer Sooner, baby.
Boomer.
Yeah.
Hold on. It sounds Oklahomian. Is that Oklahomian? Okay.
It is.
Boomer. No.
Me and Melinda, we connect.
Oh, you do? Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that. Why Boomer? Totally random. See, this is what happens, ladies. Squirrel. Sorry about that. Okay, so back to what we're really here to talk about, because we love spotlighting a lot of the leaders and organizations every week, and this community is amazing. Every week we just keep finding the best talent, and this week in particular, because we've got 3 powerhouse entrepreneurs that joined forces along with some other team members and created the Dream Producers Workshop, as I try to speak. And it's going on in February. What is going to be so amazing about this is anyone that's curious, wants to just kind of take a leap of faith, if you will, try to do something different, that you go there and you find out about financial freedom, if you can, in a sense of trying to find out how you navigate that situation. Social media and digital marketing, that's going to be crucial to any business trying to, thrive in today's age. And then potentially, other really mentor style kind of feedback and engagement from experienced entrepreneurs. I mean, this is going to be an amazing thing. And it's being held in February, right? At the, what hotel or what space again?
We're looking at the Northampton Clubhouse, but
that's right.
It's not solid yet. So follow at Dream Producers on Facebook and the event.
That's right. The Facebook. I'm so sorry. That's what I wanted to plug, Shannon, is that's how you get connected. That's where your path begins right now. Mm-hmm. Go on the computer, on your phone, look up on Facebook, Dream Producers, and you will find the team there, and you'll be able to stay plugged in and really caught up on everything that's going to go on. So you'll have the best heads up and certainly find out where the registration, all the details, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was like, that's right. We got to tell them how to get it, right?
Absolutely.
How to get there. Hello. But yeah, so going, if we could, because you brought up a great point, kind of how you all began, how you got here, how you yourself made that choice to make the leap, the jump for entrepreneurs. So really, if you don't mind, Shannon, sharing with us, and I'd love to get, of course, Di and Mo's thoughts as well, because really want to see how you took your leap and how we could, certainly empower others.
Absolutely. So my leap came about almost 3 years ago, actually. I've been in the corporate world for 17 years. 13 of it I was an executive. I spent a lot of hours away from home, a lot of time away from my youngest son. In fact, I didn't really know him the first couple years of his life because I was working so many hours that I got home, he was in bed, and when I left, he was still in bed. So it was a tough life, but I loved what I did. So I never really realized until my leap came how unhappy I really was. And it wasn't until I started pursuing something that I loved that I realized how unfulfilling my corporate job was.
Wow.
So,
Opening your eyes outside what you've been,
yeah, because
Sure.
I was living a very mundane life and didn't realize it. It was a get up, go to work, go home, cook dinner, go to bed every day. That was it. That was my life. And I didn't have life outside of that. I didn't have friends. I didn't have anything. So becoming an entrepreneur was not an easy task. It took a lot of hard work. But that's really how my journey started. So when my business kind of fell in my lap, it found me. I didn't find it. And I saw the opportunity and thought, I'm doing this for someone else every single day. Like, I could totally do it for myself. And so I jumped in, and I never looked back. And 2 years into my business, I retired.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is really fantastic. So that is a wonderful testimony towards, just, some of those great stories. And I know you have many, and because of all the people you've met. And I love the idea of taking the leap and it works, and not every time will it happen right off the bat, but you just keep plugging away, right?
That's right.
Well, and I'd love to hear from, of course, Mo and Di as well. So share with us how you took your leap.
Yeah, you go first. I came first and she came. She showed up. So
The chicken and I'm the egg.
Or is it the egg and then the chicken?
No. Or did the chicken cross the road? Actually, that's what happened. The chicken crossed the road.
Chicken crossed the road.
Oh, you
You
neighbors.
became the chicken.
Yes.
You
Or if the
neighbors are
egg
so
rolled.
cute.
Something happened.
Whatever.
For me, same as Shannon, I was not looking for a business. I didn't think I was an entrepreneur. I have a profession. I'm a pattern maker for clothing, and I teach at HCC in the fashion department.
That is so cool.
And I love it because I'm around young, talented students 2 days a week. I'm an adjunct professor. And that opportunity I will never give up because it's just fun. It's a fun thing for me. And it's adjunct, so I'm not there 40 hours a week. So I still have my own freedom.
Thank you for teaching the future how to sew, because I don't know how to sew, and I want that. It's on my wish list, by the way. I'm sorry.
I
Go.
help you.
I have a machine. I can't do a straight line, but if you give me a guide. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So I was not looking for a business. I was in a point in my life where I was looking to reinvent myself. I had a 32-year-old marriage that ended in divorce unexpectedly, and the first thing I did to step outside my box was I joined a Toastmaster group.
Oh, great.
So I
idea.
highly recommend Toastmasters to everyone because it helps you to speak, helps you to stand in front of a room full of people, which I was scared to death, even though I was a professor, but I was in my comfort zone as a professor because I knew what I was teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So Toastmasters, I will say, changed my life because I was introduced to the current business that I have. At the time, I didn't know I wanted that business, but as the years rolled on, I couldn't not share what I was doing. Like I said, I wanted to impact lives, and this was an opportunity to impact. And when you said about the fairy tale, the dream, that we're bought into, the millennial generation is breaking that mold.
Yeah. Well, and Di, and I'm so sorry because I get so engrossed with the conversation. I didn't look at the time.
Oh, okay.
But let me take a quick break because we're going to come back. I want to hear your thoughts, especially that's a perfect stopping point because the millennials breaking the mold. I want to know more about that. Listeners, stay tuned. We've got more with the team at the Dream Producers Workshop coming up next on Grit and Grace.